What is going on, people? Jamal Adams traded to the Seahawks after such a long dispute. I just don't get this. Yes, as you guys probably heard, Jamal Adams has been traded to the Seattle Seahawks for a fourth round pick to the Seahawks and Jamal Adams, and the Jets get back a lot of stuff that I think makes this deal a win for the Jets. That is, of course, a 2021 first round pick, 2021 third round pick, and a 2022 first round pick, plus Seattle strong safety Bradley McDougald, and a lot of other stuff we're going to break down. But let's go rank this real quick. So this trade to Jamal Adams, for overall, in my opinion, 6.5, maybe a 7 out of 10. It's good for both sides for many reasons, whether it's the short term or long term. Just let's talk about the Seahawks for 1 second. Now, the Seahawks, they have already, in my opinion, one of the best tackling defenses in football. And the safety position, I felt like it was good, although I feel like they needed somebody who could always show up to this game and always play their best every game. And that's what I think what they got with Jamal Adams. And also, the Jets, I feel like, also really lucked out here because not only do they not have to do it, because remember, Jamal Adams really wanted to get out of New York. Jamal Adams was like, oh, Adam Gase is the worst leader for this team. Oh, I want to be on a winning team. I want to get paid. And that's what he got. And I think that's also a win for Jamal Adams in Seattle. So if you're Seattle, you'd be happy for that. But I think the Jets here really lucked out also, because if you look at what they got back, the Seattle Seahawks now are not going to have another first-round pick for another 2 years now. Now, according to the Seahawks, not according to the Seahawks. If you know the Seahawks, they don't draft in the first round very often. They usually trade back to second for back a few rounds and get more picks. Now, would they need, for example, this is why I always love not giving up first-round picks, and I hate when people give them up. It's because you never know, even if you don't draft in the first round that often, like the Seattle Seahawks and John Schneider and Pete Carroll. The thing is that there could be a player 1 year that you know could have a huge impact on your team. And I feel like you could easily draft that player if you had that position in the draft in that first round. But now because of this trade, not in 2021 or 2022 are they going to have any, and I mean any first round picks. So now and the Jets now, not only that, they gained another first round pick in the next 2 years, one each year. And so now they're going to have 2 first round picks in 2021. And they're going to have 2 first-round picks in 2022. So, they're gaining, almost 3 picks out of this one thing. And, you really are giving up your strong safety, who, in my opinion, I think was performing very well with you guys. And I think that if you were going to give him up for just this player, and you're only going to get a 4th-round pick back, along with these 3 draft picks you're giving up to the Jets also, it's not a win-win for you, too. So I think this is a tremendous win in the long term for the Jets, because they're going to get a lot more picks this way. But also, the Hawks are good in the short term, not in the long term. Because remember, he's only under contract through 2021, which means that he's going to have to get paid. Which means, what is the contract that they're going to pay him? Because, Jamal Adams is one of the best safeties in the NFL. And he is one of probably, in my opinion, the most versatile safeties in the NFL. He can pick off, he can play in the box, he can sack, he can do a lot of things. And I think that if you were somebody who needs to pay him in about 2 years now, what are you going to give him? Which is a discussion for another day. So it is good for the Hawks in the short term, but remember, this is only good for them through 2021, in my opinion. And then in 2021 will be the big, big $1 million question, in my opinion. What will they have to pay Jamal Adams to keep him? If you guys like what you saw in this video, please remember to hit that like button for me. I really, really appreciate it. It also helps me out very well as a YouTuber. Subscribe if you haven't already. As you know, in the bottom below it says subscribe. Hit that button. And along it'll have a bell. Hit that bell so you get notified of all my other videos. And I always say this, guys, just because I really need my support. And I feel like a lot of you guys are saying, I'm just saying it because I actually need this. But please, guys, take your time. to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell. And of course, leave a comment what you think about this trade. Do you think it's a win-win? Do you think it favors one side more than the other? Do you think that they should not have had it at all? What are your opinions on this? My name is the Sports Nerd. Have a great rest of your weekend, and go Chiefs, baby.